Alright everybody, let's go around the demonic circle one more time. Doom Eternal, we're doing a nightmare run, much like the Doom 2016 run. I haven't played this on Nightmare yet. In fact, I've played it on Ultraviolence, and I started playing Tag, but I haven't touched Nightmare yet. I didn't get the Unmaker either, so I'm hoping that throughout this run I can go for the Unmaker, or I'll put in the effort to find it. But yeah, I'm keen to see what this is like, and keen to get a nice read on the differences and the comparison between this and 2016. I mentioned it quite a few times during 2016 that was my favorite Doom. Minus all the Samuel Hayden exposition shit. I know this one leans a bit harder into the story and how we ended up where we are, but playing for this episode, I think I was wrong. I think in terms of gameplay, this one might be my favorite. I like the HUD design, I mind all the pretty colors. Some of the sound effects, like ripping a Cacademon's eyeball out and it's got the pop, I don't really like that. It makes it feel a little bit goofy. And I know that overall the locations in the game, I think, while it's nice to have more variation than just Mars or Hell, I think some of the locations in this game leave a little bit to be desired, as far as I'm concerned.
Evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
This intro cutscene slaps though.
Fall back! No! They're everywhere!
Transmitting from HC-1556.
Casualties range in the billions.
We must pray now, brothers. Pray that he is watching.
Fortress of Doom looming.
Anyone, if you can hear me, if you're out there.
Gone with the skin just because it's my favorite. I know you got the classic Marine. I know you got Unicorn Marine, which I don't have anyway, because I'm not paying money for a suit I don't like.
The target is marked, but the signal will not hold for long.
For it is he that they fear, not man.
I like the fire.
They fear the mark of the beast.
That theme just hits so much harder. It's fucking beautiful.
I have located the priest signal. I will mark it on your HUD.
I think most things in this game, I'm hoping this holds up. Some of the arcadey elements I like, but most of this game seems to be a massive improvement. But I also haven't touched this game in at least a year. I think I played Tag 1, or finished Tag 1 about 6 months ago, and finished Eternal about a year ago. Or, because what are we, 2020? Beginning in 2024, it came out in 2021. That'd be a good couple of years ago then, because I think I binged the main campaign when it came out. That'd have to be a good while. Like, as much as I enjoyed it, yeah, there were just a couple of moments, a couple of times, like I said, locations leave a bit to be desired. In general, I like what they did in terms of leaning into the story a bit more. Just to tell this particular kind of story, they had to. I think, like, I hate listening to Samuel Hayden just kind of drone on while you're stuck there doing nothing or staring at a screen. I don't so much mind the cutscenes, the way that they convey story in this, even though I still don't really care. I don't find the Khan Maker to be particularly interesting or engaging. I think if you removed the Khan Maker, just go, alright. I don't know what the fuck was up with that, it just froze. I think if you just left it as the icon of sin and like the Maker Wraith, I think it would have been, I would have liked that a little bit more. I just don't care about the Khan Maker, really. Have the Maker drones or Seraphim or whatever, but just make it a collective, a group of people, or a group of beings. Make the Council of Day the leaders. Major figures like they are. All in all, look, it's a good game either way. I like that they added in the addition of different HUD colors as well. Just makes it feel a little bit more fun than the old blue and green, or blue, green, orange, whatever the fuck it was. Yes, I can. I'm guessing those coins are like seals on their soul? I don't know. Oh, that's Nihilux dead.
Has been terminated. The demonic consumption of Earth has been reduced by 36.8%. There are 2 Hell Priests remaining.
So I wonder, does that mean if consumption's been slowed, does that mean that, or reduced? Does it mean there's just less power to like summon demons to Earth, or do like 36% of the demons just disappear? Have to find an alternate way back, or I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Little thing about later in this level, which you'll see anyway. I do like this first level in that, like, they give you a little bit of everything, like, and there's, just to say it and get it out of the way so there's context for what I'm talking about, you get 3 different weapon mods in this one level, so they give you like a little nice variety of tools to check out. You get the chainsaw, you get the... you do get the grenade launcher as well. So there's... I mean, there's more to go. Still got the blood punch and the dash maneuver. And of course every other weapon. But... it's nice to see a good variety of stuff to do. I think having full auto on the shotgun, changing that from burst fire to full auto makes it quite an interesting attachment. And I think I'll have more use for that in at least early Nightmare stages like this one. If I don't have like assault rifle or ammo for whatever other guns I get early, I can use full auto to just pump through fodder or tear up an arachnotron or whatever it may be. Now, this next weapon, I would like to discuss a little bit. We can see it's the assault rifle. At this point I'm not too fussed about spoilers. I figured most if not everybody knows what's going on in this game. For the heavy assault rifle, heavy is correct. Something I noticed with the firing modes of these 2 guns and their weapon mods, everything feels like it has so much more weight behind it. So like, I enjoyed the feel of the weapons in 2016, but the sounds of all the guns firing in this, you can feel how weighty it is. You can feel the power behind everything. That it's not just firing a bullet, but that sounds like a very heavy, painful bullet. Deep, it's thick, it's bassy. They nailed the sound of the guns in this. I like that little detail there with the soldiers. When you chainsaw them, and you cut through their armor and it just kind of pops off. I thought that's neat. The detailing in this game. When you're shooting demons and they get damaged, all little things like the armor, stuff like that. They really made this a lot of fun to play. It's not just like a well-made game, but it's... not sure what words to describe it. feel like a badass, but you enjoy being a badass as well. I like some of the glory kills in this more as well. I don't. The blade, the wrist blade, I'm not big on it. It works, it's cool, but I feel like, I mean, well, as I feel with all the glory kills, after you've seen them all a few hundred times, kind of just gets stale. Cool to see, and it's a nice mechanic, and it works really well in terms of the gameplay loop. Your main source of keeping your HP up through a fight, but meh. The blade just feels a little bit meh. Is the difference between like a, oh yeah, so I forgot this secret and I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna have to play the level over again in between episodes and go back and get that because I'd like to collect everything, but as it turns out I'm not going to do that, and I'll discuss that again in a little bit when it's relevant. Yeah. Blade kills I'm not so keen on. One with a pinky where you like stab it in the belly twice. Where I did enjoy 2016's glory kills on pinkies more because if you run it behind, you like rip off a chunk of its tail and smack it in the face with that. These glory kills I think sometimes feel a little more brutal, but less enjoyable. I think if they'd managed to convey a little bit more weight behind 2016's glory kills and keep a bit more of the variation from these glory kills, you could have really landed and nailed something. But I can't say any of them are bad. I've just seen it heaps at this point. What I don't like are these turrets. Not sure why they're here. I don't enjoy them. Not really sure what prompted them to put those in here. Maybe it's because it's a bit more of an arcadey game. They wanted to give everything a more arcade feel. Already, first level, we have 3 weapon mods. 2 weapons, 3 mods. That's awesome. And I fucking love the micro missiles in this. I do remember I was a little bit disappointed when I first got this, that the weapon changes, or design changes between 2016 and this. Like, why couldn't they keep the same weapon designs? But I think these are nicer. I think looking at it now, the heavy rifle, the heavy assault rifle, whatever, feels much more appropriate for the Slayer than just the assault rifle did. The shotgun, I don't really care either way. I would have been happy with either design. I think I prefer 2016's a little bit more. A bit more sleek, whereas this one feels a bit more jagged. I don't know if that's... I suppose personal preference. I like the micro missile design more on this one though. On this assault rifle. Having the barrage come from both sides rather than just the one. More to it. Like that. Even firing them sounds, like I said earlier, it just sounds a little bit weightier than it does in 2016. And I can't believe I didn't think to look up. Because I can't, even through my headphones, I can't hear that they're above me. Or not well enough to make that assumption. The infighting feels a little bit odd here, I gotta be honest. Because it was, like there's only zombies. There was one imp and there was one soldier. I like the idea of infighting, I think it's good. Because it takes a little bit of the heat off you, but it also makes the demons feel like actual living, breathing creatures that are able to think and respond to actual in-game events. But when I was the only, like you've got zombies and then there's those two and me, and they'd rather fight themselves than fight the only other threat to themselves. Not bad, I just think, well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they had made it so the demons are like, oh, we're the last ones left, we better actually try, rather than just beating each other up. Would have been interesting. Like when there's heaps and they don't need to be the ones focusing on me. Like, oh, we've got time. I like this level design because it's... I always sit here thinking to myself, like, how long have the demons been here for all of this to have already happened? Like, the earth is just shattered and split open. There's trains sticking out of cliff faces, there's lava and destruction everywhere. I know the Slayer's been gone for a little bit, but how long? I'm sure it says somewhere that how long it's been. I'm not gonna bother looking. I'm gonna be lazy and question it without doing research. I haven't explored much of the cheats. I think on my Ultraviolence run, I used a little bit. Or I used a couple of them after I'd beaten it. More just the funny ones like confetti deaths, shit like that. Yeah, I don't need cheats. I don't want cheats. I want this to be proper Nightmare run. I'm gonna do tag 1 and 2 as well. And I know that they're harder than the main campaign anyway, so I want to see how I go from Eternal Nightmare to Tag Nightmare. See how drastic that change is. I'm sure it's really going to throw me off with it. Atlantic, the UAC Atlantica base, is that what it's called? That took me ages to beat, and I think I was playing that on Ultraviolence, which is kind of disappointing. I thought I was better at this. I'd like to know how people feel about the Arachnotrons in this. I have a love-hate relationship. I enjoy them a hell of a lot more than Doom 2's Arachnotrons. They were just frustrating. Not so much difficult, just annoying. Because I think having like the plasma turret on top, and then grenade launchers or mine launchers or whatever on the side, it get really interesting. Everything in this game is a gimmick though. I kind of like that about the Doom games. Is it's like a maths problem.
Forget about the future.
Right? There's one solution, well, not one solution, but there are multiple solutions, but usually there's a tool for each particular job that is much more effective than the rest. And once you figure out what particular tool does the best job, it's like actually a recipe rather than a maths equation is a much better analogy. Yes, there are particular tools, but like a recipe, you can tweak it and do it your own way. Like my blood red pasta sauce is going to be a little bit different to your blood red pasta sauce. What killed me here? Oh, okay. That was dumb. Not sure why I thought I could make that jump. I'm also not sure where the fuck that grenade was meant to go. Little facial expressions when chainsaw demons are like, they're kind of hard to pick what they're saying or what they're not saying. Kind of hard to pick any kind of emotion out of it because they're just glowing eyes and a crimson face, but you can tell they're kind of scared. There's actual fear in their reactions. Ah, so here we go. This is how this is where I figured out, oh, I don't need to replay missions. I can just teleport. I like this little bit. But I'm just going to include this kind of teleportation and stuff like that. I'm just going to include it. I love that. Because it's cool, it's useful, it means you don't have to spend shitloads of extra time going back and where did I lose it, where did I forget this item. It's just, you can see it on the map and you can spawn right on top of it. What have we got left? So, there we go. That there is, as I'm checking now, the last collectible in the level. But we're pretty much done.
The Khan Maker is present at this gathering, but when outside of her domain, she is by all accounts indestructible.
This stops nothing! The sacrament of this world to the great Khan Maker will be made, and the energy will be restored once again. As it is written, from the souls of the non-believers! You will not save them from their judgment.
Bet.
You go too far this time. You cannot interfere. This is humanity's chance to repent, to give service to us. You cannot resist the will of the Khan Maker.
Activating the portal now.
For it was you who was meant to enforce it.
Alright, so while I do like the design of the Khan Maker and the race? Seraphim? Whatever the fuck they are. I do think she's a weak villain. But I also really like their design because they feel very ethereal and godlike, but there's just something kind of off-putting about them. You can tell that something's up, even if they look all powerful. I mean, it's very clear that they're the bad guy, but I'm sure you'll get what I'm saying anyway. On that note, that's the end of Hell on Earth. I'll see you all next time for part 2. I can't remember the name of that level. I'll call it when I see it. Bye!